Amazon was founded in 1994 by Jeff Bezos in Seattle. It began as a small online bookstore run from his garage, and in 1995 it launched online. From there, Amazon grew rapidly. Not it's just an online store, it's offered cloud service with AWS, AI through Alexa, streaming via Prime Video, and even drone delivery with Prime Air. Its mission is to be Earth's most customer centric company. This means making shopping easy, affordable, and accessible for everyone. Amazon uses a hybrid structure. Leadership is top down but small. Independent teams called two pizza teams drive innovation quickly and efficiently. We choose Amazon because it is a real world example of how technology can transform industry. It changed retail, cloud computing, and more.
For me, Amazon built its team using the two pizza team rule, small group of 6 to 10 people to improve communication, collaboration, and faster decision making. These teams are often cross-functional, combining talents from different departments to drive innovation. The structure at Amazon balance hierarchy with decentralized decision making, allowing teams to work independently while aligning with company goals. The 16 leadership principles that disagree and commit promote open communication and unity. From an organizational perspective, Amazon teams move efficiently through fragments, team stage, and are well balanced based on building's role with clear responsibilities and complementary strengths. Amazon emphasizes data-driven decisions where every proposal must be backed by solid data and presented in written form. Tools like Amazon Team and Jira help teams stay connected globally. However, challenges exist in fast-paced environment. The push for speed can lead to burnout and weaken team cohesion. Also, high autonomy may cause inconsistency across teams. To manage this, Amazon used the Bar Raiser program to ensure hiring quality and supports internal mobility to refresh teams and prevent stagnation. In summary, Amazon's team dynamic focus not just on structure, but on trust, data, culture, and continuous improvement, making their teams highly effective and adaptable. Thank you. Ability at Amazon, CEO and DJC hold the highest power through a mix of legitimate, expert, and different power. This leadership influence major decisions across all business areas, backed by his such as with AWS and alignment with Amazon's leadership principles. Amazon manage internal politics through systems like the Bar Raiser program and performance-based evaluations aiming for fairness. Yet, peer reviews and internal competition can still create subtle political behavior like strategic networking. Unlike many companies, influence at Amazon is data-driven. Employees gain respect by backing their ideas with strong metrics and written narrative. This approach value logic and performance over personality. Informal politics still exists but often appear as cross-team collaboration, especially within Amazon's small, autonomous two pizza teams. Leaders must balance influence, communication, and alignment with company goals. In short, Amazon combines strong leadership, structure, systems, and a performance culture to manage power and politics effectively, supporting innovation and long-term success. Thank you.
Amazon's organization culture is built on performance, innovation, and strong customer focus. It is guided by 16 leadership principles such as customer obsession, deliver results, and have backbone, disagree, and commit. These principles shape how employees work, make decisions, and solve problems. The culture emphasizes high accountability and meritocracy. Employees are pushed to innovate, meet strict KPIs, and challenge ideas openly. Underperformance is addressed seriously, often through improvement plans and ensuring high standards company-wide. With such a demanding culture, conflict naturally arises, especially from peer evaluations and internal competitions. In warehouse settings, issues like strict quotas and surveillance have also sparked worker dissatisfaction. Next, to manage this, Amazon used structured approaches. The disagree and commit principle allows open debate but encourages full alignment after decisions are made. Conflicts are often resolved using data-driven discussions, reducing personal bias. Additionally, anonymous feedback channels help management track morale and respond to issues before they escalate. In short, Amazon's culture drives excellence but also requires strong systems to manage the internal pressures that come with it.
First of all, for Amazon communication, it is important as it drives commitment and positive behavior. For a global giant like Amazon, it ensures alignment and morale. Both formal and informal channels are used to keep teams connected. So their tools and channels are memos instead of slides in executive meetings. They also use Slacks to enable quick chat, Chime to support collaborations, and emails and portals to provide structured update across the company. Furthermore, during COVID-19, Amazon used its portal and email for updates. Chime and as team meetings help with rapid responses across all departments. Finally, For their vertical and horizontal communication, their top-down communication comes through emails and time. Peer-to-peer collaborations happens via Slack and team coordination to balance leadership direction and teamwork.
Next, I'm going to discuss about organizational process of Amazon. First is the strategy. Amazon's strategy is rooted in customer obsession and long-term thinking. Using the working backwards approach, they begin by identifying customer needs, then build solutions. This mindset led to innovations like AWS and Alexa. Jeff Bezos famously emphasized long-term impact over short-term profit, a strategy that has paid off in global expansion and continuous innovation. Furthermore, Amazon structure centers around small agile teams, what they call two pizza teams, meaning small enough to be fed by two pizzas. Each team owns a single product or service, giving them clear accountability. While this promotes speed, it also creates coordination challenges, which Jesse tried to tackle with initiatives like the bureaucracy mailbox to flag inefficiencies. Additionally, Amazon supports its processes with powerful systems. Written memos replace slide decks in meetings, while weekly metrics reviews ensure alignment. Employee feedback is captured through initiatives like Voice of the Associate. The overall culture encourages innovation through simplicity and data driven decision making. Finally, Amazon's strengths lie in its scalability and speed. Small teams and microservices support fast innovation, while working backwards ensures customer focus. The company's investment in AI and automation boosts efficiency, giving it a strong competitive edge. However, these strengths come with challenges. The multi layered structure can slow communication, and too many small teams lead to silos. An intense focus on KPIs sometimes causes burnout and internal competition. Past practices like stack ranking affected morale, and recent efforts to streamline roles have met with resistance from employees. Next, we are going to talk about the current issue in organizational behavior in Amazon. Firstly, is the return to office. One major issue today is the backlash against the return to office mandate. Starting January 2025, Amazon requires employees to return full time, but 73% are considering leaving and over 90% are dissatisfied. More than 500 employees even contacted AWS execs in protest. This shows a clear misalignment between policy and employee expectations, leading to morale and trust issues. Secondly, burnout is another critical concern, especially in Amazon's warehouse. With a 150% turnover rate, over half of employees report burnout and many feel excessively monitored. This high pressure environment has reputational and productivity costs, especially after incidents like the 32 euro million fine in France for unlawful surveillance. Lastly, Amazon's diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts are facing setbacks. Political and legal pressures have led to reductions in DEI programs at Amazon and Meta. There are concerns over leadership underrepresentation and transparency gaps. This could erode trust among minority employees and harm the company's employer brand.
Now for the Amazon's recommendations for the betterment of organizational behavior, the cross-functional team, which is to revisit the two-pizza model. Hybrid cross-functional teams with daily syncs and shared food tools can improve coordination and innovation. Additionally, adding a belonging index will measure inclusion, voice, and trust. It helps balance performance with emotional well-being. Thirdly, they need to use feedback mirrors by letting their employees rate leadership communication for clarity and tone. This builds trust and improve response during change. And finally, for restorative conflict, they need to use conflict circles instead of punishment. This saves space, reduce stress, and encourage open dialogue, especially in warehouse.
Amazon's incredible global success is driven not only by its technology and market strategy, but also by strong internal elements, including how teams are structured, how leaders lead, how communication flows, and how culture cultivated. These aspects work together to create a high-performing organization. One of Amazon's core strengths is use of small, independent teams. These allow for agility and rapid innovation. Their culture is highly perform-oriented and observed with customer satisfaction. Amazon also excels at coordinating global teams and sharing information efficiently. However, there are notable challenges: employee burnout, competition among teams, return to office pushback, and regression in diversity and inclusion efforts are signs of strain. A culture gap also exists between corporate and warehouse workers. Amazon's metric-heavy system sometimes harms psychology safety. While formal communication is clear, informal politics and power play a role. This imbalance can affect trust and equity within the workplace. To address these challenges, several changes are recommended. Adopt cross-functional collaboration models, measure employee belongings with new indices, encourage two-way feedback, and introduce restorative practices in warehouse setting. In conclusion, the effectiveness of Amazon's organizational behavior will depend on its ability to balance innovation with empathy and speed with trust. These cases show us not only how major companies operate, but how they must evolve to meet the needs of today's workplace and society.